Hello everyone, today I will show you how to work with buses and send effects channels in Cubase. So once again we right click in this area and select add group track, and now we can set up our group track just how we did it with all the other tracks in Cubase. And add track. Now we have a bus, or in Cubase terms a group track. So the same goes for effects channels. So we do our right click and then select add effect track, add track, and now we have an FX channel. So to explain in more detail how to work with these two types of tracks, I will quickly load a mixing session. Here we are in the mixing session. So this is a track that I wrote as a demo for one of my MIDI packs that I produced for Alex Pfeffer's online store. If you are interested, you can check it out. The link is down below in the video description. But I can show you the first section of the track. It is not released yet, so this is a bit of a sneak peek. So let's go. Yeah, so all the drums you heard, the rhythms are part of the MIDI pack, but let's continue. So, as you can see, I grouped together a few instruments, so for example, the strings. Let me pull up the mixer window so we get a better overview. So, all the strings are routed, so the routing window is up here, are routed into the strings bus I created. And the reason to do this is, first of all, you can control the volume of all the strings at once, but the most important thing, you can apply different effects to the whole string section. So for example, you can set a compressor on the bus, or in this case a saturation plugin, which really helps to glue the string section together so they sound as one entity and not as many different tracks at once. So yeah, that's basically why you use a bus for instruments. I will give you a few other examples and at the end of the video. So then we have send effects channels. So on the right here, there are my reverb channels. Wait a second, I can actually pull up my face cam. Whee! So, here you can see there are all my reverb channels. Let's set this back to standard. So, yeah, so all these string tracks here in the send window get sent to different reverbs. So a few of them, or pretty much all of them except for this one, get sent to a stage reverb. So the reason why I did this is because this library, the Adventure Strings by Musical Sampling, they are recorded bone dry. So they have absolutely no room information on them whatsoever. Which is a matter of taste, if you like the sound or not. I wanted them to sound a little bit more roomy, so they fit in the rest of the orchestra better. So I sent them into a stage reverb, so they sound a bit more like they were recorded on a scoring stage or in a larger studio or something. And then beneath the stage reverb is the Orchestral Reverb 1 and then the Orchestral Reverb 2. This one is a algorithmic reverb and this one is a convolution reverb. And by using the two reverbs together, you create a more realistic soundscape, so to speak. So layering these two types of reverbs creates a more lively, more naturally sounding room. By the way, one thing I forgot, you can actually use a reverb as a insert effect on the track itself or on a bus. You can do that, there's no problem with that at all, but if you want to apply this reverb to multiple tracks at once, of course it makes more sense to use a send effect channel, because then you don't have to open the same plugin over and over again and use a lot of CPU or resources of the PC. But the send effects channels are not exclusively there for reverb, you can use them in other contexts too. So for example, here on the left side is a send effects channel with a delay plugin for the guitars. You can do whatever you want with a send effect channel or just an effects channel. You can also, for example, open up a saturation plugin on here and use it on multiple tracks or whatever. There are actually no limitations. Same goes for group tracks or buses. So for example, you can also use a bus to create a pre-master. So this makes sense. For example, you mix your drums, you compress them, they sound fine, but you want to apply a master compression on the stereo output or the master bus, for example, but you don't want to apply it to your drums because they're already great and finely compressed or whatever. So you can create a group track or a bus and route it to the stereo out, and then you can route your drums directly to the stereo out, while you route the rest of the instruments into your pre-master bus and then apply the compression on the pre-master. So that way everything gets a final mastering compression except for the drums. So this is, for example, one way to use a group track in other contexts than just using it to group together your instruments. But yeah, that's pretty much everything you have to know about send effect channels and group tracks or buses. And yeah, just fiddle around with it, just try out what works for your workflow or how you can use these types of tracks for your mixing. So good luck and create some nice music. I hope this video was helpful to you, and as always, if you liked it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. If you have any other questions about Cubase or if you have any topics you would like to see more videos about in the future, please let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye!